YouTube, Ember here. Hello, hello. We literally just got a ban list 1.5 hours ago, and yeah, we'll be doing a react. This is not a blind react. This is like my second take because I forgot I was not recording. I was just not recording, right? But yeah, I have already seen this. This is not a blind react, but just I just want to put my thoughts out there, right? So without further ado, let's get started. Cards to be unlimited. Let's start with the unlimits first. Eclipse Wyvern from 0 to 3. This is decent card. It has been unlimited for a while, or I think limited. Oh no, it says there unlimited in the OCG, and it hasn't done anything as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is it's a cool card to have in Mashable. But yeah, we'll see if people will cook anything with this. Next up is Yummy Snatchy from 2 to 3. Yummy Snatchy is a card that this does matter. It's not inconsequential, right? The third Snatchy, I have lost games because I didn't have the third Snatchy before, but at the same time, this is not as big of a deal as you may think. It's so much not a big deal that I don't feel like crafting the third one. I don't feel like spending the 30 UR dust to craft the third one. So, but this is not like inconsequential. Anyway, this was a 2 for a reason. And the last unlimit is OSS, Original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye. This is a really cool hit. I was not expecting this, but this is Snake Eye buff for 2 reasons, right? This is basically Snake Eye Ash. If you have like any continuous spell or any card on the field, or even just any normal summon like Droll and Lockbird, use Original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye, and you get your Snake Eye Ash, whatever. But this is also a good mill if you're playing Zombie Vampire, number 1, and number 2, the Forbidden Pilgrim Reaper or Kit Kalos mills, if you're playing that kind of thing. Having more OSS has always been... People have figured out that this was a really good card to have at 3. There's a reason that this was limited. This is a pretty big buff. This is one of the cards that I'll probably craft first when we get the ban list, and I'll try this deck out. But yeah, very excited about this. Now we're going to the semi-limits. Let's start with the hits. Cool Tune Q from 3 to 2. This is just a consistency hit. Whatever Cool Tune did before, it will do still. But they will just do it less often, right? We were not expecting this to get banned at any point. Like nowhere close. But this is a decent hit, right? Radiant Typhoon Vision from 3 to 2, and oh, spoilers. Radiant Typhoon Vision from 3 to 2 is I feel like this in Mashable, it's just a gross card. Just absolutely gross card. This is... It just draws you into like so many hand traps that you are playing regardless, right? So, I don't know. I think this is very, very bannable. Even though I do enjoy playing with Radiant Typhoon Vision, and whenever I can even like remotely try it out and play it, I will try to fit Radiant Typhoon Vision in my deck. So, this is a card that is very, very justified to be hit. Next up is Cool Tune Synchro from 3 to 2. This is a much bigger hit because this is not a resource that you can recur, right? Cool Tune Q, it doesn't matter how many Cool Tune Qs you have. Like, you can always, if it's at least at 1, you can just recycle it with like Mix or whatever. But Cool Tune Synchro, you can't get it back, right? So once you run out of Cool Tune Synchros, that's over. You don't have any more. And so that does mean that if you start with like a Cool Tune Synchro, well, now you only have like 1 more, right? Total. So this is a pretty big hit. This is a pretty big hit. It doesn't mean that the deck is dead, I believe. The deck is still playable, but, this is actually kind of like a ceiling hit sometimes. I'm a really big fan of this. People don't really like Cool Tune, so. And Zodiac Ratpier. This is in the same vein as Cool Tune Synchro, where this is a resource that you can't really recur. This makes, I believe, your ceiling a little bit worse in like Radiant Typhoon Zodiac, because you're missing like 1 body. I wonder if people will play Ram now to compensate. But yeah, I feel like this is a nice compromise between 1 rat peer and 3 rat peer. This is one of the times where a card being semi-limited actually kind of matters. Because if you don't know, like, rat peer just summons itself, right? And if you don't have, like, if you have 3 or 2, it does make a significant difference. So I'm very happy about this. Enchant. I'm not a fan of this, but it does need to happen at some point. Eldam and Swen are the epitome of bad design, bad card design, because, you know, it's just going first. It just does. They just do everything. You can play them in Malice. You can play them in Radiant Typhoon. You can play them in Zodiac. You can play them in, like, literally anything. This is a hit to, like, all of those decks, but at the same time, it feels kind of bad because I do like Radiant Typhoon as a pure deck, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Next up, we've got cards to be limited, Branded Fusion from 2 to 1, and I believe that's the only limit, right? Yes, that is the only limit. So I'm completely fine with this because this is just a Dracotail hit. This is not even a branded card. It says branded in the name, but this is not a branded card. Branded, like, does play this, but they will not miss this as much as Dracotail. This is absolutely gross starter for Dracotail, and it absolutely deserves to go down to 1. Yeah. And next up, card to be forbidden. Again, I have seen all of those, right? But Harpy's Featherstorm from 320, this is a card that should have been hit, like, I don't know, 3 years ago. But, you know, better late than never. This will be a trend for the forbidden cards. Next up, Lyrilusk Independent Nightingale. This card should have been, well, it should have gone to 0, like, years ago, again. But I am very surprised that they brought back Starving Venom to 2. Or I think it's at 2, right? And it's either to 2 or 3. And they kept this, like, fully legal. I was very surprised. And those are cards that should not be legal at the same time. So, better late than never. X2. So, yeah, you know, goodbye FTK. No one will miss you. Barrier Statue of the Drought, and I think the next, like, hit also goes hand in hand. But Barrier Statue of the Drought and Fossil Dyna. Again, better late than never. This is all of the hits, by the way. This is a pretty big banlist, holy. But yeah, goodbye stun. Goodbye stun cards. Magnets will no longer be able to Fossil Dyna you or Barrier Statue of the Drought. So, you know, kind of cool, kind of cool. This is a magnet nerf more than anything, which is very, very, very funny and sad at the same time. But yeah, this is like all of the hits. Honestly, will this change much? The Cool Tune hit is pretty cool. No pun intended. The Ratpier hit is also kind of nice. Branded Fusion, I feel like it doesn't mean much, right? It's whatever. Yeah, this will overall make the game a little bit more playable, I believe. I'm very excited about this ban list. Holy shit. But yeah, that's about it for me. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time I stream, I guess. Have a good day. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.